What happens when two twin brothers, raised in a family of thieves, are forced to pull off one last heist after 25 years on the run? At the beginning of the story, we see two twin brothers named Jady and Moke, both of whom grew up in a family full of thieves and criminals. JD completely embraced this lifestyle and stole regularly. Despite their different views, the brothers worked as a team. They stole almost every day, broke into safes, lost money, and earned their livelihood through crime. At the same time, a woman arrived there with her boyfriend, Galen. Both of them had stolen some precious emeralds, which is why the police were after them. Galen was shot while fleeing from the police. Both the woman and Galen survived with their families. She then got into a car with Glenn and left before the police arrived. It has been 25 years since they stole the $1 million emeralds, and so far, neither of them has been caught by the police. One night, the two brothers hatched a plan to burgle a house. JD made a map of the house, including the timing and exit routes. He had seen everything. By the time both brothers ran to the gate, the police had surrounded the entire area, making it impossible for them to escape. JD was caught. After about 5 years, we see that JD was released from jail very early. But the real reason was that a police officer named Farfel had made a deal with him. If JD could find his mother's stolen emeralds from 25 years ago and return them, he would be released. On the other hand, Moke had completely abandoned the life of crime. He was now a waiter in a restaurant, married, and expecting a child. But one day, because JD was sitting with his wife, the two brothers met, and Moke asked how JD got out so quickly. JD told Moke about Farfel's deal. In return, they had to commit one last theft. That evening, Moke's wife's family came for dinner. JD said some rude things and embarrassed Moke a lot. After that, the two brothers went out and started fighting, continuing for a long time. Later, Moke told his wife the truth, that JD was not in the army, but had been in jail, said she already knew and advised them to move forward for their child's sake. There was also a threat that if JD did not bring the emerald soon, he would be implicated in a new case and jailed again through fingerprint evidence. JD told Moke everything that had happened the previous night. JD said the safe was in another city, and both of them left without wasting time. Moke told his wife that his grandmother was ill and that he was going to leave JD with them. She didn't want to be separated from her husband, but when Moke said the lump should be sent soon or else he would camp in his house, Abby felt it would be better to let him go. On the way, the two brothers met each other. There was a small argument, and finally neither of them slept on the bed, couch, or floor. The next day, Farfel went to JD's room again and saw a dummy on the bed. When JD tried to track his phone's GPS, the phone was found in the toilet. Farfel was now very angry. When she saw JD, her eyes filled with tears. Although she was angry that JD had not contacted her after coming out of jail, her heart broke after seeing him. After that, Bethesda went behind the bodice and closed the door. Moke thought maybe she would attack him, but Bethesda started smoking a cigarette comfortably and said her name was Samuel. Moke also said his name was Sprain for a while. Everything went well, but then that monkey. On hearing this, Moke quickly stood up, went out, and sat directly in the car. When Bethesda went to the bathroom, JD immediately opened her purse, stole her work ID, and without wasting time, JD and Moke left in the car. After a few hours of travel, they stopped at a motel. While JD was taking a shower, Moke didn't know what to think and checked his bag. A pile of letters fell out, and when Moke read them, he was blown away. The letters, left in childhood, revealed that the plan had started and warned not to let Moke know anything. Moke got angry and asked JD why he was writing the letters. But as soon as he reached the corridor, his mother, Kaith, was standing in front of him. He felt such a big shock that he fell straight from the balcony to the car below. Then the three of them sat together and talked. Moke's anger had not yet subsided. He asked Kaith directly if she had never remembered her son in 25 years. Kaith explained how the police were after them. When they were running away, Galen was shot and died shortly after. She buried his body in a secluded place and fled the country. Moke said he had nothing to do with any emeralds and had left this theft behind. JD said they were not stealing anything, only taking back some items that had been part of their family for 25 years. The next day, the three went out to find Glenn's body. Meanwhile, police officer Farfel went to Bethesda's house and began questioning him about JD. Bethesda said, "I don't know anything." Farfel didn't believe him and wanted to ask more questions, but then Samuel arrived, grabbed Farfel, and dragged him inside the house. Samuel took Farfel inside and treated him well. There, J.D. and Mock came to Bethesda. The deserted place where Glenn was buried had now become a golf course. The owners and guards were very angry about the excavation. The brothers tried to escape by riding in J.D.'s car, but the golf staff chased them. The three hid in the forest, where they buried Glenn's corpse with the same ritual. J.D. said, "Okay, everything's going according to plan." He started remembering his old life and how he went to jail. Then he realized that J.D. was behind the fire. J.D. and Keith had planned all this together to get him fired from his job so he would be forced to help J.D. fell into the grave he had dug for Glenn. Mock went to a nearby river and sat down peacefully. Soon, Keith came and started talking to him. Mock asked his mother if she was really back for them or for herself. Just then, Farfel arrived, grabbed J.D., and threatened to send him back to jail. Mock tried to save his brother, but Farfel overpowered both of them. J.D. felt there was only one way to escape and kicked the emeralds away. Farfel asked Keith to choose between the emeralds or her sons. Keith thought for a while and then said, J.D. threatened to reveal Farfel's truth to everyone, but Farfel knew no one would believe a criminal, so he laughed. After a while, the car chase with J.D. and Mock began. Due to this, Farfel lost control, and the car crashed. In the accident, Farfel fainted. The two brothers managed to free themselves and went to a secluded area. Keith arrived at a diamond exchange shop and converted some of the emeralds into cash, but did not take all of them. Now the two brothers followed their mother to an old mall. While running away, the bag with money fell from Keith's hand. J.D. was moving towards the bag when Farfel also arrived, shouting angrily that the whole family... Keith was watching all this from upstairs, ashamed of how much she had suffered. Farfel fired a shot in the air, and J.D. threw the bag of money toward him. But inside the bag was a hidden pepper spray bottle. As soon as Farfel opened it, the spray fell into his eyes, and he started running in pain. Bullets started flying from his hand, and one bullet hit a gas cylinder. The two brothers could not believe they were still alive because they had hoped their mother would have run away by now. She went straight to the police and said, "I have done all this. My children had no part in it." Afterward, the bridge took a bribe without any trouble and caught J.D. Mock also erased the last evidence against his brother. He then returned home where his wife and a new life were waiting for him. That evening, J.D. also came there, and years later, the whole family had dinner together. During the conversation, it was revealed that J.D. had bought land in the name of Mock's daughter with his own money. It was the first time in his life that he had no money. On the way back, J.D. suddenly took out 2 emeralds from his pocket and, while holding Mock's hand, said that Ma took them out like her boyfriend before going to jail. After listening to this, Mock's face lit up happily. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more movie explanations. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.